Alrighty, what's up guys? Another day, another sneaker video. This one more of a compilation video going over some recent pickups. So today is Tuesday, November 9th, so October is now behind us. And I updated my little spreadsheet up there just now, and I figured I might as well go over all the things that I picked up in the last month. I'm trying to push out more videos like this that are sort of quicker in consistency and just upload time, because the individual sneaker reviews that I typically do on the channel take a lot of time. So would definitely appreciate it if you guys run up the like button if you like videos like this, and be sure to comment on some feedback and stuff. In my living room here, got this new little standing desk portable setup type thing just to keep this sort of extracurricular sneaker workflow away from my actual job, as I'm spending a lot of time working from home these days. So I have 9 sneakers here to show you guys, varying degrees of hype. Jump right into it, but before we do that, be sure to follow me on Instagram at StuffDylanLikes. I've also been selling off a ton of things between eBay and Instagram, so you can follow my selling page at StuffDylanSells, and then I'll also have my eBay linked in the description. So starting chronologically at the beginning of the month, precisely on October 6th, I bought these. These are the Nike Greek Freak 2s. So this is the second model of Giannis Antetokounmpo's signature basketball sneakers. Nike recently released the 3rd version of these, so this is, I guess, the past season model. And truthfully, these recent Nike basketball sneakers were never on my radar, but I saw these come up on a Twitter link for like $42. And at our current spot here, we live right around the corner from a park, so I had this wild idea that I would, shoot hoops every morning before work just to, stay active and get out of the house. I can confirm it's been a month and 3 days now, and I have not once stepped out of the house to go shoot some hoops. So this purchase is kind of a dud. However, I still have them. I was in the mindset that I would keep these right at the doorstep because I'd be using them every day. So the box is actually stored at my storage facility, or my house where I store all of my sneakers. So these are shoes only here. Looks wise though, they're in this bread colorway, which black and red. Can't really go wrong there. Silhouette wise, they look pretty much like any sort of Nike basketball sneaker. They look like a KD, a Kyrie, a PG Nike sneaker. And in that sense, there's nothing really interesting about them. I don't think Nike basketball has done anything interesting lately. And I compare that to like back in the 2010s when they had the peak era of like LeBron 8s, LeBron 9s, KD 4s, Kobe 6, 7, 8s. That sort of era is my favorite era of Nike basketball. That's when I was coming up. This new generation, not so much for me, but performance-wise, I could definitely see these being really great on court. Following that, on October 9th, we picked up these. If you aren't familiar with this box, this pull-out style orange box typically denotes the Sakai collabed runners that Nike's been doing recently. And in the case of this one, it is the Sakai LD Waffle collabed with Clot. So in a sense, it's Nike, Sakai, Clot, all 3 in one sneaker. So this is dubbed as the Kiss of Death 2, as it takes inspiration from the Air Max 1 that released, I believe, back in 2013. I'll pop in a picture here and you can see the stark resemblance. So it's neither my first LD Waffle nor my first Clot Sakai collabed LD Waffle. I picked up the original Orange Blazer Kiss of Death Sakai LD Waffles in the past. That video should be up soon if it isn't already. This one I got lucky on. I hit on them from Sneakers and Stuff at their Meatpacking District location. I've been hitting a lot on Sneakers and Stuff through their raffles, so definitely very appreciative of that. I really like this pair a lot. You can tell I already relaced them. I've worn them a few times actually, and the video on this should be coming soon, so there's not really much else to talk about. Moving on, we have an eBay pickup here. This one I purchased on October the 13th. Yep, looking back at my screen there, October 13th. I have them labeled here. I've been organizing my dunks just because the closet space is running low and it's hard to identify them. I know, first world problems there, but these are essentially the Bodega collabed Nike Dunk Highs that released around this time last year. I wasn't lucky enough to get them on release, but I've always had my eye on them. And I saw these come up on eBay for a really, really good price, so I pulled the trigger. And here they are. These are dubbed as the Legend Bodega dunk highs, and I think there's been a big trend in the overall use of brown and creams in the sneaker game over the last year or two. And this is definitely the epitome of that. What I like most about this pair is all these little details that, you know, separate it from any traditional Nike dunk. I've been picking up so many Nike dunks recently, and having this sort of silhouette altered is definitely a game changer for me. So you get all of these wacky details like the jewel swoosh, all these various leather little hits with these leather laces, some Bodega branding on the inside of the sneaker here. Super detail oriented, super high quality sneaker in my opinion. I got them for pretty much near retail. Super good condition. They were worn like once, and I've actually worn them a few times around town here. So definitely very excited about these. Not sure when or if I'll drop a video on them, so I'm glad that I have them, you know, here to showcase. About a week later, precisely on October the 19th, yep, just looking back there to confirm, another pair of dunks. This one's straight from the Nike app, so note these came from the traditional run-of-the-mill Nike app and not the Nike Sneakers app. You'll see I have them labeled here, 75th anniversary, dubbed as the Nets pair. I'm definitely gonna make an individual review on these, so I'm not gonna talk about them too much. But this, very excited about, very grateful. I got lucky on the Nike app to pick these up, and they're these dunk lows. They're sort of elusive in a sense that there wasn't really a clear release date outside of the Nike app. I know they dropped on a few foot sites the morning of the 19th, but outside of that, I haven't really seen them around. And this is a huge pickup for me because I've been a lifelong Nets fan. I've mentioned it many times in past videos. I'm not a bandwagoner. I'm from New Jersey. I'm born and raised in New Jersey. I'll probably never leave New Jersey. So this is definitely a nice little nod to my fandom there. So you'll see that they have that old New Jersey Nets logo, but they got the B there because obviously the Nets play in Brooklyn these days. But they have that red, white, and blue color blocking from their New Jersey days, which I love so much. It goes with a lot of Nets gear that I have. So definitely excited to pull these out come game time whenever I make it out to Barclays to check out a game. For sure, good pickup. I might go back and buy a bunch of pairs of these just because they aren't too bad on the resale market right now, but you know, I need to also cut down on my sneaker buying, hence why I'm selling off a lot of stuff. For sure gonna drop a video on these, not much else to talk about on them because you can just check out the video once it drops. Gonna grab from the bottom here, cruising right through this video. You get a made in USA New Balance box, which is fitting with this little windbreaker that I'm wearing for the video. I picked these up the next day, so October 20th, and we'll open them up and you'll see that they are the all gray pair of New Balance 990 V3s. I've been pretty big on New Balance, more so in like 2019 and early 2020 before they really picked up their hype. You know, I started picking it back up as, you know, the sneaker budget has been increasing, so I've been able to catch things at retail or even pay a little bit more than retail to get things. Fortunately for these, I was able to catch them on Hibbett Sports for retail. I actually had a $10 off coupon, so under retail. I actually had my eye on these for a while. I picked up an old pair of 990 V3s to sort of complete my 990 collection as far as like generationally having each pair. But when I caught wind that New Balance was bringing back all of these sort of heritage older models, I definitely jumped on it for sure. So this is definitely a nice little bring back, definitely a classic silhouette, color, comfort, everything is all there. I've worn them around the house. I filmed an on-foot clip. Hopefully we'll be dropping a video on these soon, but for now, you could check out that other 990 V3 video that I have on the channel if you're, you know, curious to learn more about the silhouette. So definitely a sweet made in USA pickup for sure. Quality is awesome. Definitely gonna get a lot of wear out of these for sure. It's getting a little wild now because the sneaker pickups are going day by day. So this is the following day on the 21st. Again, through sneakers and stuff, they notified me that I won a raffle. This time through their online raffle. I don't think there's a New York option for pickup, or maybe I didn't select it, but either way, really stoked on this pair. There's been a lot of buzz around this pair on sneaker sites and YouTubers just because it is so different, it is so wacky. You could tell by the box that these are gonna be a crazy sneaker. It's the collab with Salehi Bembury. I hope I'm not butchering the pronunciation there, but they're dubbed as the Yurt. They came out in 2 different colorways, and I forget what the name of this colorway is. I clearly haven't done my research at all, but here they are, super crazy, super loud. And essentially what it is, it's a collab pair between Sakai and New Balance. Silhouette looks entirely new, but it's not. It's like a retooled version of the 574. Truthfully, I hate not being up to date on sneaker knowledge, especially on pairs that I have in the collection. So I'm not gonna give these too much time because at some point I'm definitely gonna drop a video on these. I'm just getting a quick little look. The crazy thing here is the whistle, I know, is a big detail. This chunky sole, this sneaker itself is massive. You know, like girth-wise, I guess. This is one of the bigger sneakers that I own. Comparable sizes that come to mind are like the Yeezy 700s or like the Sakai Vapor Waffles. Definitely sort of a similar chunky aesthetic. I definitely see these being very comfortable. Haven't tried them on, they were brand new. They've been sitting in the box since I got them in the mail. That's that, definitely very excited about this pair. Probably would have preferred the gray one, but it's nice to have some color variety in the collection. We're getting down to the wire here as far as this video goes. This one is the last New Balance of the batch. A made in England box. It's been a while since I've picked up a made in UK or made in England pair. These ones are an M991GL. So if you're not well versed on New Balance, the GL at least stands for gray. And the 991 is obviously this silhouette. So this is my second pair of 991s. You guys might not know, but I have another pair of 991s that I picked up, I want to say July of 2020, that have honestly just been sitting in the stacks in my collection. I need to wear those. I need to wear these. These weren't even on my radar, honestly, because the retail price, at least here in the US, is a little steep. It's anywhere between like 200 and 220 or 230, depending on what retailer you're looking at. And especially in this gray color, you'll rarely find them on sale. I was lucky enough to get them at a good price. I hope I have the receipt in here somewhere. I do. So I got them from Seneca Sneakers based out in Ohio. I've purchased from them a few times. A bunch of New Balance silhouettes. That boutique out there is super awesome. And they're very quick to ship. But essentially these were listed on there for $209.99. And I had this coupon code that was from a newsletter email that granted me, I want to say like 30-something% off. So the final price I paid on these was like $147, which is a killer deal for a quality sneaker like this. You can't beat it. All gray colorway, timeless silhouette, super great quality, comfort on point, kind of like the 990 V3s that I just pulled out. I couldn't resist buying these at under retail, so that's why I have them. Definitely gonna find some time to wear them for sure. Maybe I'll make a gray New Balance video because I have a bunch of gray New Balance pairs now that I picked up over the last few months, and I think that'd just be cool to showcase. But that's that. Very excited about this pair for sure. Will go great with this windbreaker, like I mentioned, with my other gray pair. And let's move on to these last two. Alrighty, grabbing this one up top. This is from the 23rd again, so the next day. I was pretty much going on a day-by-day buying sneaker spree. But these, a 350, I actually haven't bought a 350 in a while. With the exception of the mono ices, which I haven't made a video on. I bought those back in June or whenever they released. I got them in Steph's size, so she has them over there by her sneaker rotation. But these are the most recent 350s to drop. They're dubbed as the X Oat. I'm pretty much done with the copy of the video, which is like the voiceover or the monologue of the video. It's more so just getting glamour shots and stuff. But this is a 350 that I've been waiting for. Again, the last 350 I bought for myself was the Zebra back when they restocked at the end of 2018. So it's been well over 2 years now since I've owned a brand new pair of 350s. And I'm actually glad they're these because I love this crazy print on the prime knit upper for sure. Outside of that, it's just a 350. It's that sock-like silhouette that we've grown accustomed to. Over the last few years, I've been anti-350 because I feel like Adidas and Kanye have been milking the silhouette with like the most random colorways. But I found this to be a very refreshing change from their traditional offerings. So definitely very excited to have this sneaker, very excited to wear it, very excited to break it down for you guys on a different video. But I figured this is a great little sample for the actual review drop. So again, bear with me. Follow me on Instagram if you guys are really, you know, wanting to stay up to date with these recent sneaker pickups because I do pick up a lot, but at the same time, I'm also starting to sell off a lot. So definitely keep in touch with me over there. And last, but certainly not least here, probably the most hyped sneaker of this entire batch. The most I've spent on a sneaker in a while, but I also didn't really spend any money on it, if that makes sense. But I'll get into that as I pull them out. Union box. I'm not even gonna show you the label because at some point, again, I'll make a video on these. The traditional box paper. And then of course, the sneakers. They are the Union Jordan 4, the Desert Moss colorway, part of that whole 30th anniversary that they were doing. So this actually isn't my first pair of Union Jordan 4s. I have the Guava pair in the closet somewhere. I hit on that back in 2020 when they released. Tried really hard to get these on their 2021 release date. I forget when it was, a few months back now. But I didn't hit on sneakers. I didn't hit on their raffles straight on the website, so I had to resort to going to the resale market. And I hate buying things for resale, but the way this deal sort of worked out was I got lucky and hit on 2 pairs of the Fragment collab Sakai LD Waffles, the gray colorway. I sold off the first pair sort of at the right time before the market dipped on them a little bit, so I got max value for them. And I had that credit sitting on GOAT. You know, as much as I love selling on eBay for high value items, I like selling on GOAT just for the security, you know, that I won't get scammed or anything like that. So I had that credit sitting on GOAT for a few months, and this was one of the sneakers that I've really wanted throughout the year. So I had an offer put in for these for a long while, and it took a few weeks, I think even a few months, for them to be accepted, but finally I got them at a reasonable price. Didn't cost anything out of pocket, so essentially what I paid for these was the retail price of the Fragment LD Waffles, which I think came out to like $195 with tax included. So technically these retailed for like $220, $250, something like that. So I got these for under retail technically. I think that's gonna be the title of the video whenever I decide to make the video on these, but definitely a really interesting shoe. Colorway is not for everyone, just given those purples. These are inspired by what, the 80s or the 90s, like those sort of outdoor gear. Again, I'll cover in the review video, but I love this colorway for the fall. I think the brown reminds me of like a curry color. The purple's a nice hit. It's unlike anything I've seen, so definitely very excited about these. But yeah, I'm gonna toss these in the pile over here. I'm gonna insert some glamour shots of all of these sneakers sort of laid out, which will act as the thumbnail as well. But we'll close out now. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I know a lot of these videos aren't the most interesting, but if you're a fan of the channel, I think it's a good way for me to showcase pickups like this to you guys. So I mentioned in the beginning of the video, but do all the like, comment, subscribe, usual stuff. Follow me on my various socials. That'll be linked down in the description. And thank you for messing with me. I appreciate you guys all. Catch you in the next video. Peace.